easy go.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Caspa, and I'm back with another episode of Building with Caspa. And on today's episode, I'm proud to sort of say that we've basically finished this area of the map. So, obviously, what I'm running up to now is where we finished last episode, building the mansion, and it looks a lot different. I have finished this area entirely. I've put the windows in. As you can see, I've put palm trees down and bushes, bone mealed the ground, so we've got some flowers and like other plants like that. It looks so much better, just like with the grass and like the detailing, you know, with the sort of like the sand that's sort of gone over the grass a little bit, so it's not just one sort of clean curve or whatever. It's sort of like, you know, the wind's blowing some sand onto it and stuff like that. Yeah, coming out here, you obviously didn't see this. This is all new to you guys. Before, we were like just a big empty hole. But yeah, so I've obviously gone into the game. I've got all of this area. Built like a little sniper tower up here. That's in the actual game, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you can obviously climb up here with ladders. I also made like some parkour sort of bits here, where, you know, you can actually go in the trees. So like these are sort of like custom trees. This is sort of how I do them, like for the Assassin's Creed. I basically took the design from like Assassin's Creed 3, because obviously that was the first game to sort of implement like major tree parkour. So I sort of went with that, and yeah, this is what I've sort of stuck with. But yeah, coming along here, we've got the nice curve coming down like here. Again, some more sand, like just a bit of detail in it. It works, like the sand's been blown over onto this. You know, you don't just have to do it where the grass meets sand. You can do it here, you know, like, and I think it looks really cool. Like, obviously the sand is on top of this centre bit, but you know that that's meant to be there. It's on the side, but they're just breaking it up a little bit, and I really like that little bit of detailing. Sort of like a fallen tree here. They're sort of resting on a rock. Got some bushes about coming around here. Got this, like, I could do with putting some more barrels and stuff down in here, but I think we'll just leave it because you're not really gonna, doesn't really need to be there. Yeah, got a little fire here with, like, what I've done is sort of like, this is like some charcoal that's been blown off of the fire, and yeah, sort of like just resting on the sand. You've got some stones about, because obviously you need to like encase your fire in stones sort of thing. Got a little flagpole here, fence. Built this bit up, obviously, like in here, instead of like just keeping it all grass, it was a bit more like muddy, like the sheep had eaten it and stuff like that, and it was, you know, shit everywhere. And yeah, I think it's come out quite nice. Obviously photos on screen and stuff like that of what I'm showing you, but yeah, it looks pretty similar to what we've got. Around near the edge of this, it was a lot, like, it was quite dry, from what we've got here, so I've pretty much done the same design using this like rooted block, this rooted dirt. Like, I think it really does go nice. It's just a completely different texture. And yeah, it sort of goes with this coarse dirt real nice. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the lighting in here. But, yeah, coming on round, we've got like a bit where people would be unalived. I don't really know if I'm allowed to say that sort of shit on YouTube, but you can sort of see what it's meant to be. Yeah, like little fighting dummies here. You know, I use this one as like, you know, shooting, you know, sort of an archery range rather than using the target block. I thought I'd use like a hay bale, because that's sort of what they'd use really, like, because obviously the arrow would sort of stick in a hay block a lot better, and then this one's like just a fighting dummy, and it's sort of like meant to look like a pirate with like the red cloak or whatever it is, like red robe thing on, and then like the pirate hat on top. So yeah, that's sort of what I went with. Haven't designed down here. Obviously, I've still got like a little bit more designing to do. Coming in here, I think you saw this last episode, real basic, really need to design in here as well. Pretty easy to sort of do, maybe put some barrels, some wagons about, stuff like that. Like, nothing special, like, doesn't need to look amazing. But other than that, this area is like completely done, and it looks fucking fantastic. All the buildings are done. Like, there is no more buildings that we have to do. The only thing that I've got to do is put windows in buildings, and now do the design with the grass and stuff like that. The grass, so like here, this sort of bit. So yeah, basically it's just going to be like detailing, pretty much. And, you know, then making the build look a lot more lived in. So I was going to start over here, because like this area is pretty much like all sort of out to there is pretty much like all lived in, like to a certain extent, you know, like I've already designed the grass and stuff like that you can see. But then here it sort of gets a bit dull and boring. Obviously I still need to sort all of this out down here by putting barrels in that. But yeah, just sort of like running along here, just like it's so plain in my opinion, and it's just like not amazing. So I have to confess, this is an old world save, so I have already designed all of this area, but I just wanted to show you guys what it sort of looks like before, fresh in your memory, and then of how it's going to look afterwards, and like how detailed it actually does like look, and how much life it sort of brings to the build, rather than it just being a plain city, you know, obviously without people, because obviously if I set NPCs around running about, like all villagers and that, then it'd be fucking carnage. But, yeah, you got to get the same sort of effect with blocks, basically. So I'm going to hop into the actual world, and yeah, I will see you over there. Okay, guys, so I'm in the actual world. I'm on the roof now, and yeah, obviously just down here is obviously what it sort of looks like. Now, from up here, it looks a little bit messy, to be completely honest with you, and you guys probably think the same. But obviously, once you get down here, it all sort of, it does look a lot more lived in, which is the feel that I'm sort of trying to go for. You know, we've got these market stalls, but it's not a full, you know, fledged market like out the front of the big building that we built all the way over there. But it has got life to it. So, you know, here we've got like the carpet market stall, coming through here. Like this is all designed. It just looks, it looks messy, but it's sort of meant to, you know. It's not meant to be like clean and stuff like that. It's a bit of a, like, I don't know, dirty port town basically. Or that's the sort of vibe I get from the game. But obviously, even though it looks dirty and stuff like that, it's still, all these bright colours make it seem clean. So, yeah, just walking around here, you can probably see these little particle effects. And that's this spore blossom block, like here. Now, obviously, it's very pink, so it's like tough to sort of use, to be completely honest with you. But, like, if I, you know, just sort of put it there, it will add these, like, particle effects that just float around. And I really like how that looks. Like, I just think it's sort of like, especially with, obviously, the sea here, just sort of blowing, like a wind is coming through here, blowing leaves around, stuff like that. You know, maybe like little bits of sand and all that. And I like the dynamic that it sort of brings with just like walking through and just having little floating bits. Like, it's just so subtle, but looks amazing. So it's a big task, but I'm going to be putting it into like every building. So like in here, it doesn't have one yet, but like if I pop it in here, what it does, it will then start to make, like, obviously there'll be some in here that you obviously would have seen, but it will also bring more out here. So, like, on this tree, like, if I've got a tree, I can obviously put it down, but, like, I can't just have it hanging on, like, a normal block of a building, because I don't think it looks right. Or palm trees, like, I don't think it looks good on palm trees. But these normal trees, I think, will be fine. But, yeah, just, like, walking around, I think it just has that really nice feel to it, of just something floating around in your face, like a leaf, or something like that, you know. Let me know what you think about it, but I really like it, and I think if I do it over the whole map, it will just have that real nice constant just going around. But yeah, this is like what we've got, and obviously I've gone into the game, and where the grass is set is pretty much where the grass is in, like, that I've built, and that's where it is in the game. So it's like, you know, I've done my best. Obviously, building with blocks is a lot harder, like we've said multiple times, but I've done what I can, like using these as like little piles of rope sort of wrapped around, like just barrels in this corner. You know, I put plants around just to like have like these bigger plants, like they have colour to them rather than just having like a little flower like this. I like using these little bushes with them on, and it also is a source of food. Not a great source, but that's for, you know, you the player, when you actually do play it, to sort of try and scavenge food and go to the markets, and hopefully you find like a good source of food. Like I think over here we've got just like raw fish, which obviously sucks, but you can cook it on the fire on the things. But you got a golden apple over here, a melon, stuff like that. Like these barrels are just completely empty, but I do put some barrels around, Here we've got like a wagon that has sort of like collapsed, and like obviously you can just flick these up, but they're sort of meant to be like just flat on the ground. I'll sort of put a photo on screen of what I was trying to go with, and obviously it's quite hard to like build with half slabs and stuff like that, but I think it looks really good for the feel that we're going for. It's just like I said, it's been lived in, you know, like something has happened in this area for it to have been left like this. It's not just all perfect. The world's now got life, which is what I sort of like. Obviously not everywhere, but that's for me to now have the task of going around and doing this for every single street, which is going to be a task in and of itself, but I think I could probably do it in a week or two, like pretty constant. The only thing is it's a really boring and mundane task to sort of take up. But yeah, so I was just going to sort of like show you how I sort of do it and the process I use. Just coming back over to the building, I haven't done anything with it in this world, but I have sort of designed up top here to a certain extent. I've put some cannons around and stuff like that, and that's what these sort of like little holes are meant for. So yeah, I've put a few cannons around just to sort of make it look like it's actually like a fortified building. Yeah, so this is where the like Havana military basically reside. Yeah, like when obviously building this area was actually like really hard, because obviously I had to like sneak in here in the game and then like kill everyone to like actually freely roam around without being attacked. And obviously it's like quite a high level area, so it was like relatively difficult to like attack some of the enemies. But yeah, like I have actually designed in here a little bit dark, but that's the sort of feel that you get, you know. I'll put torches around like in little areas, you know. We've got these little bits here which are like the little hidey spots that you sort of get and you can sort of sneak out in. Come in here, random ass wagon, because I needed to fill this big open area, and the room is a lot bigger than what it is in the game. But yeah, like obviously you got this dark spot. Come in here, we've got a couple of cannons. This is like dull and boring, but yeah, then you sort of come around this bit again. Coming into this building, this is all done. I like this sort of like little thing, like something's actually happening. Like you can probably already see it, but like this cannon, like here, like I've put a button on this bit. Like obviously the actual end bit is gone and it's stood up straight here. But like I put this little button here, like that's where it sort of like joins on, you know, and like maybe like the same with this, like that will obviously then connect to there or something like that, you know. I think it's just a minor detail that, you know, if you are looking close you will see it. But yeah, I sort of like that someone's working on it. Like again, it brings life to the build. Using these candles as like little dynamite sticks goes well with the TNT. Coming over here. Yeah, guys, I'll quickly just show you this, like, because I've been rambling for a while now. But yeah, like in the game, you actually have to like get this guy's sugar and stuff. And obviously, you can see the glowing thing. That's going to be a map of, you know, that's what you want to steal, basically, or not steal, but they've stolen it off you, and you need to get it back. So yeah, that's sort of like what I've gone with on this. I still need to put like barrels and stuff on top of here, but like that I can do another day. So now we're back over here. Like designing, and it does really like bring the world to life, I think. Like just look at all of these like little particles around. I think it's absolutely beautiful, like with just how it is and just the life that it brings to the build. And that's sort of what you want, you know, when you're running around here. I want people to feel like it's a bit lived in. So yeah, you're gonna I've been rambling for way too long, but seeing as this is basically the last episode we'll probably see of Havana, like building really is, you know, I can ramble a little bit. So we're gonna like build this area and then hopefully like move into here and down this street. I'm not sure how long it'll take, but yeah, we'll sort of like, that's what we're gonna go for. I'll put a photo on screen, obviously, of the game and how it looks, and we'll sort of go from there, and we'll just see what we can do. But just a little side note. Obviously, trying to make it look exactly like the game, I also have to make it look good in here. Like this gap here to here is smaller in the Minecraft game than it is in the actual Assassin's Creed game. So with that being said, obviously I can't come as far out, if that makes sense. Like when I'm putting the grass down, obviously I need to leave a little bit of sand just to sort of have that walkway. But yeah, obviously like I said, even though it does look messy, I think it does the job quite nicely. So we will crack on. So I'm going to quickly get a little feel for this area, and then we'll get to building. Okay, so I've got the sort of idea of what we are going for. I don't know what I was doing when I was actually building this area, but look at this shit. Why did I put blue down there? What was I thinking? I can't even get down here. Here you go. Yeah, I don't know. I have had to come around here a few times. Like this building, there's a building here. Like this was blue. It was that blue, underneath here. But obviously I've changed it out for tough because it looks a lot better with the tough. It looks a lot more like the game. But it's just why did I even think to put blue there? It doesn't even look blue in the game. It's so stupid. It just goes to show that if you take a little break from building at all, I took about 3 or 4 weeks when I was actually started building to when I actually then started doing the rest of it. And my building style just changed completely, and the way that I sort of perceived things in the game, so stupid. But yeah, right. So from this bit, it looks like here sort of joins up quite big. Then it gets a bit thinner. Now obviously it could go thin all the way along here, but I think that looks shit. So what we then do is maybe we'll go 2, but then we'll break it up with a 1 and then put 1 out here, just to sort of make it look a little bit messy. That's where some sand has gone onto there, and then maybe we'll have another bit like that, and then it sort of comes round and will get a bit bigger out here, and it's yeah, it's quite a thick bit now. So maybe if I actually go like that, so that sort of encloses that bit of sand, it's just sort of blown onto there. Then we open it up, and then we'll take 2 like that, and then go like that. So what I like to do is, obviously now that's going down 2, I like it to be a bit offset. I don't want it to be I think that looks shit, but if you make it like that, it's sort of I think it looks a lot better. So that's sort of how thick we'll go out, and it leaves a little gap in the middle because this side also has the same sort of thickness, which then sort of closes the road. Ideally you're walking on the sand, from what I would sort of the way I perceive the map is people should be walking on the sand. You obviously can walk on the grass, but yeah, from what I can sort of see, this is what we're going for. So yeah, from then this side, obviously it then goes to a single point. It's really hard for me to talk because I keep turning to look at the screen to my left, which is obviously then has the Assassin's Creed game on, but then it takes my mouth away from the mic, so then you guys can't hear me. So apologies if there are any sort of parts in the video that are like that. So it looks sort of we're just going to do this bit again, leave a gap, maybe go a couple out like that, do that again, and then we'll sort of thicken it up towards here, and maybe put some more sand in this bit, like that. So that's sort of what we'll go for. It just looks a little bit messy, but at the same time it sort of has the same sort of shape as the game. Doesn't have to be perfect. So on this side, the thicker bit, it's sort of this is quite pointy, if you know what I mean. It's like a triangle. This one's more of an oval. So, I mean, we'll still go with the same sort of detailing. But I think when we get here, if we go 2 that way, and then we'll go like that with, I don't know whether to do a 1 or a 2. Maybe like that. That looks a lot thicker. And then it sort of, yeah, it stops here. So you can sort of still access this doorway. Let's make this actual sand rather than sandstone. And then pop sand back there, and then we'll fill this bit out, so that's all filled out. Then we sort of want to design here a little bit, so we'll put one there, leave a bit to sort of have it just a bit odd, and then maybe if we put some there, and then leave that bit like that, so it's sort of just got a bit of an odd shape, you know, to get to it doesn't look so perfect. Is what I don't want, you know, when it looks perfect, it doesn't look right, because obviously things aren't perfect. From what I can tell, we're going to leave this bit blank, but, well, blank from grass, but we're going to sort of have some wood going here, so we're going to make it so the slats, if that's what you even call them, but yeah, these bits are running this way. So say we went like that, maybe we'll chop that there, then we'll come along here. And we're going to sort of make it look a little bit messy. So, you know, like that. and then we'll come back like this, so that will finish on the same height as that one. Come along here, and then say like that again. I think that looks alright. Like, obviously it's a little bit up, and anyone can just walk past and go like that and just lift it up. But I think, like, you know, you just got to sort of, like, it's sort of like a little role play sort of thing, you know, like an RPG situation where there's basically wood on the ground, but, like, I think this, like, the spruce trapdoor has so much more detail to it than, like, the spruce planks or any sort of, like, of the planks. So we'll go with that. It's also got, like, a little bit of height difference, so, you know, just, again, adds more life. Yeah, that's pretty much the ground that we'll use. Now, obviously, we just need to get, like, the plants in. So I'll sort of come in here. I won't fill out every block. I'll just sort of, like, splash it around. Sorry if this is really nauseating of me just swinging my mouse about. But, yeah, I'll just pop a few down. And then in certain spots, obviously, we're going to need to put some plants. So mainly down this side, we need to put some plants. So we'll use this plant and then the berry bushes. Obviously, we're going to need some bone meal. I sort of like that. So it's not on every block, like, but we sort of get it here and there. But yeah, so that's pretty good. I think over here, there's like one of these. So we'll just pop this down here like that. And maybe we'll pop a few berry bushes down in like a little pattern that looks a bit random. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, like with it being like a little bit overgrown with the grass, it sort of looks like, oh shit, I'm not walking on the grass, I'll walk in this centre bit. So it looks like, you know, you've got life to it. Like people are walking on the sand, leaving this grass to grow, and that's why it's sort of quite overgrown. And obviously, little height, you know, it makes the build come alive, which is what we want, as I've said. I've probably repeated myself like 24 times this video, like, apologies, guys. Right, so that's pretty much done with the street here. So I think I'll get a little look at here, and then moving on down to this street, see how that looks, see how much detail we've actually got to do for it, and then I'll decide whether we crack on with this area, because this area is like a pretty big area, which means it has to be quite busy to sort of make it come alive, if that makes sense. Like if you just dotted things around the edges, then the centre's dead, but if you put like too much in the centre, then it just looks too shit. So you have to be real careful with how you do it. But yeah, I'll get a little look and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I did finish the street completely off camera, just because I think the episode's been going a little bit too long, and I think too much of the same building like this is just going to get real boring. So this is the street right here, and I think it's come out quite nice. It's quite hard to see from the picture of what we were sort of going for, but like from what I can sort of see here, like I think it's come out quite nice. Just sort of, as you can see, just putting these little planks of wood down. Yeah, like just it's sort of, yeah, it's got the atmosphere that I was going for. I've put some plants in, stuff like that. Like we don't want too many flowers or bushes around, because like once you get towards the center of the street, there's a lot of like activity, or I say center of the street, I mean center of the city or town, village, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, there's so much activity with people walking through. Things don't really have a chance to grow besides like these, you know, grass that we're sort of using as weeds. You know, we do get these sort of like in the not really so high traffic areas, maybe like these will grow like on the edges and stuff like that, which is sort of what we're going for. I'm basically just copying the actual build, and yeah, so probably next episode you'll see like pretty sort of full Havana. I'm pretty sure like we're done. Like if in all honesty, like I don't really know what else I can sort of bring you guys along with for Havana. I do want to actually get it finished before I move on to anything else, but I need to know what you guys want me to move on to. Like, do I go to Unity and finish that off completely, and then like, you know, sort of start doing the designing of, you know, that sort of area a bit more, or do I go and carry on with the Origins area, you know, with like Egypt and stuff like that, like, because that's miles from being finished, and like I've set myself up for failure already there, basically, because of how big it is and how much I want to actually do. But you know, I need you guys to let me know in the comments, like, what you want to see. Like, do you want me to go to either of those two areas? Do you want me to start a new area? Do you want me to continue with the Black Flag area? And just build the next level sort of thing. Like, obviously, I still need to do the command blocks in here. I could take you through the command blocks of this area. So, like, if I do get here finished, then, you know, I've got to sort of do that. Obviously, Havana itself, like the city, is done. But all the way over there, past the walls, is like the jungle again. So I need to get that sort of finished, or actually built, to be fair. Like the surrounding area needs to be done. Obviously, I need to make that over there all water. There is a lot to be done, but it's obviously what you guys want to see. Like, obviously, I'm not going to fucking dig all of that out on an episode. But, you know, like I said, what do you guys want to see? So if you guys can let me know what you want to see in the comments or whatever, like, then we'll go from there. Like, maybe follow my socials. You can DM me on there if you've got any ideas that, you know, you don't really want to put in the comments, like it's too big or something like that, or like you don't think you get your point across. You can DM me. I can reply. You can come back. You can then come back to me, and, you know, we'll have a conversation. Like, you know, all my socials are in the description. So yeah. Hit me up, guys. But other than that, yeah, I think, like, for what we've done, like, the actual whole building is really nice. Like, how designed this is, I think it's, like, it has come a long way. Like, you know, wheelbarrows down there, all of this, that, and the other. I'm just rambling again, guys, apologies. But I'm just sort of, like, admiring, like, how beautiful it is. It has come a long way. I remember when I'd done the first episode, obviously I'd built a fair bit by then. But I just remember, like, building, before even doing, like, starting YouTube over again, I remember just, like, building in this area. Like, I literally started by, like, curving out this beach, and I didn't know how to do it. Like, it's just crazy of, like, how far I've then come. And obviously, like, I still need to do this wall a bit better because I've used a lot of cracked stone bricks. So I need to sort of, like stagnate that about. I don't really know what the word would be for it. But, yeah, it's just so beautiful. Like, the atmosphere you get from it. And I'm pretty proud. Like, this would actually be, like, the first area that I've pretty much finished. Like, everywhere else, like, on the map is, like, just unfinished. Like, I've started, done loads, and then just not finished it. But, like, yeah. Like, just running through here, like, I can't wait to actually, like, finish it fully, like, get all the windows in and stuff like that, and then do the little montage that I've done. Like, if you haven't seen my previous montage, like, for it, go and check that out. It's, like, probably one of the first videos that I uploaded, yeah, like, it's pretty, like, outdated now. Like, I've done so much since, and, like, updated things, like, destroyed things, and then, like, rebuilt. So, like, yeah, it's really outdated. Yeah, like, I can't wait to sort of have the montage, you know, set up with music, and just, like, looking at how beautiful it is. Like, just coming here, like this, you know, like, it just looks beautiful. Just, like, looking at the world, like, I just can't get over it. I'm so happy with how it's turned out, and I hope you guys are as well. But, yeah, I need to stop rambling. Apologies, guys. It's probably been quite a long video. Yeah, we're pretty much done. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You already know what to comment down. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll go from there. But, yeah, thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.